Okay, got the previous part, the main body, the bracket that everything's going to be fixed to. So what we're actually going to do now is actually draw. You can either draw these individually, or you can draw it using the parts as references. I'm actually going to do a separate part. So again, I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to New. Go to Part. Okay, that one. Now, don't forget, which I didn't do the last one, you must save. So I'm just going to go File, Save As. Okay, and it's already in Part 2, so I'm going to call this the crank arm. So I'll just type in crank arm as a part. And again, I'm going to go to Sketch. Okay, I'm going to pick the top plane this time because this comes down from above. Now you'll see from the handout you've got, I have a rectangular piece. And again, you can do this in several ways, but be very, very careful with where your datum line is for actually marking stuff out. So you remember from the last one, my 0, points. I'm just going to draw a line for a sketch. Now I could actually use a corner rectangle tool, which actually I am going to do. So I'm just going to pick on that point there, and you see I can actually just rough out my actual part. But also notice there's only 2 lines that are actually black, which means they are defined. To actually make them fully defined, I've got to put some dimensions on this. Go Smart Dimensions, that bottom one there to that one there. And we know from the drawing that I've given you that's 19.05. And don't forget that these dimensions are pretty odd because it's been converted from inches. I'm going to put another dimension in for the length. Okay, and we know that that is 76.2, 76.20. So we have our crank arm there, but we need to put some holes in first. We can either do this now or later. I'm going to first of all actually make it a feature. So go to Features, Extrude Boss Base, and we know that that thickness is 6.35, and there we go. Perfect. So I've got my block there to start with. Press the space bar, come down to my plan view, and I see I've got 2 sets of holes there. So I'm going to do several things here. I'm going to put some construction lines in. So I'm going to go to Sketch. Now remember what I said in terms you can actually use a feature face as a plane. So just click on there. So I want to draw on that top plane. And I want to sketch. So I'm going to put a center line in. Because I can pick up on the midpoint there, I'm just going to come slightly out of that and go through all the way there. So it won't be defined because I haven't picked up anything. If I move that endpoint to there, see it goes black because I've actually got that reference point. So I'll do that. Okay, so that's my center line. I also know that I actually have a line, okay, that is 9.53 off there. So again, Smart Dimensions from that end to that end. See, and put in a dimension of 9.53. Press enter. Okay, and I also know that I've got one the other side as well. Now I could mirror that over, but I'm just for now going to put a center line in right about there to there. Okay, and again another Smart Dimension in there to there. Now to be honest, I don't really need to have that center line in. I could actually just put a circular line in. Now I know also, as we knew before, that center line is 9.53 up as well. But I'm going to go to my circle tool. I'm going to draw a circle around about there. Now you notice that I can pick that up and move it about. Now normally what I would do is maybe just draw that circle on the line without 9.53. I'll do that. So if I just delete that line out, yep. Okay, it's taken the dimensions out. I'm going to drop that onto there. See how it's locked onto there? If I now go Smart Dimension from that line to that line, okay, and then put in 9.53, you'll notice that moves. Now to get it to go black, I just need to put a diameter on there. Now, from your drawing, I don't actually have the diameter on there, but if you go to the crank arm knob drawing, no jokes please, you'll see that that actually has a dimension on it of 4.57. So I'm going to put it in 4.57. Now, good thing about Solidworks, you can change this later on if that changes. So I'm just going to agree to that. Now I'm also going to put another circle on the other side. So I'm going to just delete that line there. Okay. And draw another circle on that line there. Now I know the centre again is 9.53. So smart dimension from there to there, and put in 9.553. Okay, and the diameter of that is 6. Oh, it's a radius this time. Okay, now to do the radius, you can actually type in R and put in 6.35, and it tells you it doesn't like it. Okay. Well, what you can do, because it's diameter, if just type that in, I can put 6.35 times 2. There, 12.7. You can use that box to actually put the as a sort of calculation box. Right, I'm going to put a line in, because you'll notice there is a flat within this down there, and we know that is 4.64. So smart dimension from there to there, and we know that is 4.64. Okay, now I'm going to use the trim tool for the first time. So up at the top here, trim entities, click on it. Now it says power trim. I want a power trim because I'm on a power trip. So all I need to do is go through there, and go through there. So you click and drag it, and if I zoom in, circle, take that away, take that away. Careful not to take that centre line away. So you'll notice now that I have 2 blued out, not greyed out sections. So what do I do now? I go to features and I go to extrude cut. And if you'll notice, that would go all the way through. So what I would say is through all, just to make sure, give that a tick, and there we have my parts. Okay, very simple piece to do. So we shall now move on to the next part. Don't forget to save.